Hello there, gang. I thought I'd do a little extra video here so we could have a sit down and a powwow about the new Mezco Wolverine. Oh my goodness, I wasn't going to make a video about this, but I thought, you know what, there's so many fun things in this figure that I thought this deserves a little 5-minute chinwag, because just look at it. It's very expensive. Like, this is as high-end as we can go with action figures. We're talking about 150 bucks here, and that's at general retail. It's up for pre-order now in a lot of places, and many people are biting on it. And I can see why, because it's not just the figure, it's everything. First of all, Mezco is just great quality normally. Like, that's where kind of the money is being funneled, is into the quality of the sculpt and the articulation, the movement. It is a beautifully made figure, but then it's everything else, especially, oh my goodness, the Sentinel base. That is just, oh, the more I do videos and posing and things, the more I appreciate a good diorama, and I want to start building up more kind of diorama sets and spaces, and that's where this kind of shines through a little bit, because you see the detailing and the light up effects on that base. That looks pretty amazing. But then actually looking at the Wolverine figure itself, first of all, it's the iconic blue and yellow 90s costume. That in itself makes it a must-have. Well, it's not a must-have. Nothing is a must-have, but it's certainly a nice to have. Just take a look at the pictures here. This looks incredible. But then it's the extra head sculpts that you have. 8, count them, 8 different head sculpts that you can play around with this character. What I really want to know is, and I have no idea about this, but I'm curious as to whether these head sculpts would work on the Marvel Legends Wolverines. I'm guessing they don't. I'm guessing that they might be a little bit too big, but I have never actually had a Mezco figure in hand. I don't know, but I just get the feeling looking at it that it looks a little chunkier. It says that it's 1/12 scale, but there's a lot of room for kind of fudging in that kind of ratio. So it will probably scale nicely with regular Legends, but I'm putting it out to you guys watching this. Mezcos, how well do they scale with Marvel Legends? Because if you did buy this figure, it would open up a lot of different posing options if things can swap out and be played around with. Because also, of course, you've got all these different slashing claw effects too. Those look really, really beautiful. You know, I wasn't planning on getting this figure because it is very expensive, but the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm like, oh gosh, it does look really, really good. Because yeah, you've got all these slicing, slashing, dashing kind of claw effects, which looks so cool. It looks straight out of the Capcom game where it's doing like, you know, Berserker Barrage. That looks awesome. And of course, the unmasked head looks beautiful. There's 2, but the one's got kind of the kind of expression. That looks so awesome. And just the airbrushing, the paint work, it looks gorgeous. Now, one thing that actually I would need to see in hand to find out, which I guess there's only one way to find out, is I'm not a fan of actual material like clothing. To me, it always looks odd. It reminds me of the old, Mezco, like the Twisted Toy Fair theater kind of figures where they have like the plastic heads and the cloth clothes and bodies. And I just always thought it looked, to use a 90s English expression, it looks a bit naff. I feel like it looks a bit naff. But this, it might be great. So I'm really tempted by this, basically. So I'm not going to wax lyrical for too long, because you've got the figures here. You can see, or you've got the pictures here is what I mean. You can see what they're all about. It does look pretty amazing, pretty beautiful. I probably won't get it because I don't need it. And I really just need to focus on things that I need. If we're looking at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, obviously Marvel Legends is right at the top. But yeah, it's a gorgeous figure to take a look at and just to consider the possibilities. I mean, hey, I just ordered the amazing Yamaguchi Iron Spider, so we're getting a little bit sillier with our special purchases. So a Mezco Wolverine might not be out of the question, but time will tell. In the meantime though, oh, that base, those head sculpts, what a gorgeous figure. What do you guys think? Comment below, let me know. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.